What's up,
Hi,
everybody? It's your favorite couple every day with H and K. Hope and Kadero here.
Yes.
Great to have you.
Hi, guys.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Q&A with H and K. Kadero here.
And Hope right here.
And we just want to welcome you to this Q&A. So, question of the day that we are going to talk about was, what do we do to protect our marriage?
Ooh, such
that
a good
was
question.
deep, man.
Such
You
a
talking
good
about
question.
getting in there, man.
We're
Talking about
still
getting in
digging.
there.
We're
We're still digging. We're always going to dig deeper.
Yes.
Because it's important.
It is.
Especially nowadays. It's so important to protect your marriage. And we're true believers that God created marriage. And it's so important that the enemy's main mission is to cause division and destruction and isolate a man and his wife so that he can split it up. And the Bible specifically says,
What it say?
Let no one split apart what God has joined together. Come on now, I'm about to preach up in here.
Where's your Bible?
But for real, so it's such a huge point, and like when you hear it in the world of we grew apart. So there's got to be something that we have to do to
Something
protect.
caused that division.
Yeah, something caused that division. So we have to be very intentional to protect our marriage. And I think there are some practical things that I know we do. So we're gonna just share what we do.
Yep.
Take it
Or leave it. It's just our lives and our version.
Hey, you know? But we're gonna do this. So what's the first thing we do?
Pray.
Pray.
You got to pray.
You got to pray.
Hey.
Oh. I don't even remember that jam. That was
Pray.
But yeah, no, prayer is so real. Prayer brings peace. Prayer just gets you into the presence of God. Like, have you ever had an argument and then been like, babe, let's pray? Like, how you gonna even argue?
How do you get mad?
How do you get mad at that? When they're like, come on, let's pray together. Like,
sometimes you are mad. They'll be like, really? You want to pray?
You really want to pray? So, but no, it's real. Like,
It works.
you know, spending time with God, getting in His Word as well, knowing what it says about marriage, how the wife's supposed to be in marriage, how the husband is supposed to be in marriage. Like, as a husband, I am supposed to love my wife as Christ loved the church. Like, that's real talk. Like, so we make sure we come together and pray. If we're not doing it in the morning, we're doing it in the evenings, making sure we have that time together. Another thing we do to make sure that we protect our marriage is we are very we watch carefully who we talk to about our marriage and who we allow to talk to us about marriage. Like, I would say for man and females, like for married men, you can't just be going talking about your marriage to single dudes who have no idea what it's like.
Speaking life into your marriage.
Who's not going to speak life, or who's willing to be like,
hold on, because girlfriends, we have a lot of conversations, ladies, a lot of conversations with our girlfriends, and sometimes, you have that girlfriend's like, girl, he ain't nothing, or, no, you need to throw him to the side, or, different things like that. It's said sometimes. So it's like being careful of who's speaking into you and your marriage and making sure that they're edifying and trying to edify your marriage instead of just talking and washing it away.
Because no one knows what's going on behind closed doors except for you and your spouse. So
so it's just their perspective.
It's their perspective.
And sometimes it's not 100%.
Yeah. Another thing we do is make sure we have each other's backs.
Yes.
Never talk ill to anyone about your spouse, and don't you ever let anybody talk bad. Even if they
may be right.
They may be right. But you're supposed to have him back.
But wait, we're not going to talk about him like that, okay?
That's right.
That's what we're not going to do.
That is my lady.
You know what I'm saying? Only I can talk about her.
But for real though, like having each other's back and making sure your spouse knows that you mean the world to them. Like you are there for them no matter what. So that's definitely good. And then lastly, we set boundaries.
So important.
What we listen to, what we see. Men, we're visual creatures. So I have to be very careful and very mindful of what I look at. Instagram, I can't be scrolling and just be looking at these.
Investigating
Be digging deeper Instagram models and stuff like that. That's disrespectful to my wife, and it can cause like things to happen and internally, and you don't need that. So, ladies, what do you do for boundaries, setting boundaries?
I think, like I said, like I know, like, well, for me, I like to talk. So I think it's just the conversations that we have with women. I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, there's profiles on Instagram that can stop you in your tracks sometimes, but you got to keep on scrolling.
You see that dark chocolate brother?
I'm not going to mention his name because Kadero gets a little angry. But there is a celebrity crush. I mean, but, you just can't look at it. You got to keep scrolling, just...
All good. It's all good.
Yeah. But don't let it enter your spirit and go deeper than
at the end of the day, make sure you are protecting the union.
Yes.
Make sure there is nothing causing division between the two of you as in your relationship. So that's all we got for today's question.
Protect your marriage.
Protect your marriage. Do the practical things to make sure you're both on the same page.
Yes.
We love you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Everyday with H and K. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
We love you guys. Peace.